It's always a pleasure to see you, and I saw the film this morning, and it's quite funny. How much did you enjoy being surrounded by so much humor, and how was the atmosphere on set?
Well, you're smiling all the time, and that's a fun day at work. So I mean, it was an easy thing to do. It was a great project to be a part of.
Who did you inspire from? I'm sure around you, you know, people with daughters fearing a little bit for their futures.
I just tried to take it. I started out with the concept of Mitchell being a really good coach, and not wanting to know too much of the details of his daughter's life, because he has a vision of who his daughter is, and everything he learns isn't that vision. So that was a good starting point. And then the young actress who played my daughter, Geraldine, through a bunch of conversations, we came up with like who Mitchell is and their relationship and what you see on screen.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see him unfold as a character. He has an interesting character arc. So how much did you like him from the start, and how much did you contribute to how he ended up being?
Well, ultimately, certainly with Kay Cannon being the driving force behind making all these characters come to life, you want to get her perspective, and because she sees the whole movie, not just your little piece. And she was very instrumental about saying, hey, I'm looking for this, and sitting all of us down and saying, this is the relationship I see with the parents, this is the relationship I see the parents having with their daughters, so on and so forth. So it was pretty much having faith in her opinion.
Before you became a movie star yourself, is it totally the kind of film that you would have loved to go to the cinema and watch?
This is the kind of film that I went to the cinema to watch and really just laughed the whole time. So yes, this is right up my alley. This is a good film to go see.
And tell us about the rest of the cast. Leslie Mann, I mean, she's got this very specific humor to her. She's so kooky and fun and full of...
I think that's what makes the movie so fun. Ike Barinholtz has a very specific style of humor. Leslie Mann has a very specific style of humor. So do I.
Yes.
And you put those three together as like a team of super dysfunctional parents. It really is good because no two people are identical, and we all play off each other very well. And then you add the young women involved in it, Gideon and Geraldine and Catherine. They did such a great job. I just think the whole thing comes together quite well.
It does indeed. And there's a lot of things I don't want to give away for the audience because they're going to enjoy it. But how much were you instrumental into making them happen? You know, you provide a lot of the fun moments in the film.
That was just,
scripted?
Yeah, of course. And a lot of stuff changes, and stuff is sometimes rewritten as the movie is going along. But I think the openness and the willingness to take the risk to be like, yeah, I'll do it, no problem. I think you'll see a lot of those moments on screen where I probably was like, yeah, I'll do that. And everybody looked like, you will? Yeah, so I just, the ability to go for it.
Absolutely. Well, we obviously met for Ferdinand a few months ago, and there was Daddy's Home 2 this year, and you're doing more and more films. Do you feel more and more confident that you want to do more films than other things, or is it always the balance of the multiple things that you do?
Whatever I try to get into, I just try to enjoy what I'm doing. I think that's the key, is to enjoy your work, because it's hard work.
Absolutely.
Being all these places at once and going around the world multiple times to let everybody know that, like, hey, I'm invested in this, and this is why you should see it. We've had multiple conversations in a few months about different projects, but each one I have an undying passion for, and I believe in each project. And I think as long as it's that, whether it's a movie or a television show or a live sports entertainment expo or reading the news or hosting an award show, as long as I'm interested in the subject matter and the people I'm around, I think it's going to be all right.
Do you have a kind of a bucket list of people you'd like to be in movies with?
I like when you assemble a good crew who's passionate about the work. I think that's the key to making a good movie. I think it's because in WWE, I've had so many opponents, but everybody that makes it there is pretty passionate about what they do. So it's not like I have a bucket list of opponents. I'll get in there with anybody because everybody is very passionate.
There's two mentions in the film, one of Arnold Schwarzenegger and the other one of Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I could already visualize you in those films. Would you like to be part of movies like that?
Once again, it all depends on the story. Just to say that I would be, it would be certainly a privilege to be in the same conversation as Arnold Schwarzenegger or Vin Diesel or The Rock. I also wouldn't want to do it just to do it, like to say, oh, yeah, I stood next to Arnold. because if I didn't like the material, it doesn't do any service to Arnold or the movie itself. Fast and Furious or any of the stars within the franchise themselves. It has to be something that I read and I'm like, whoa. And Arnold's in it, and The Rock's in it, and Vin Diesel's in it. Like that, I think that's where it becomes special.
You've mentioned traveling around the world and meeting various audiences. Are you always surprised about how much they know about you, about your career, how much they love you, how much they follow you? How's your relation to the fans?
It's a very respectful one. They're the reason that I'm in business. I don't survive without them. The day they stop caring is the day that I have to, this dream is over. So I try to keep the best perspective of that as I can. I don't have a business without them. And I love what I do. So they're a very important part of keeping that alive. And I just, I'm very grateful to the WWE for being such a global company. It's everywhere. So everywhere we go, even if I'm promoting a new project like Blockers, people will recognize what I've done in the WWE. And then it's a great segue to be like, hey, this is what I do there, but this thing is going to make you laugh. You get to see a whole new side of me. And hopefully they'll go and check it out.
Are you the kind of person that would sneak in a cinema to watch your films with a real audience? I mean, maybe you're too famous for that, but did you ever attempt it?
No. We just went to a full screening in the South by Southwest conference in Austin, Texas. We screened the movie. I saw the movie for the first time in a sold-out theater, and it's great. I think it's the same thing I do in WWE. I always try to peek out of the curtain to feel and see the crowd, because you can genuinely understand if they like something or if they don't. And that, there'll always be critics, but I think your most core critic is the person that pays to see you. So I always would love to get the opportunity to see it in a theater with an audience.
Incognito, if you can ever manage it.
Well, it's dark in a movie theater.
It's true. Just wait for them to start and then, come in with the popcorn. Do you think that the secret of being a good comedian is not to be scared of making a little bit fun of yourself?
I think the secret to well-roundedness as a human being is not being afraid to laugh at yourself. I think that's a step in the right direction.
And let's talk about the comedies that made you laugh hysterically growing up or in recent years, or things that you like to enjoy sitting down and watching over and over again.
Blazing Saddles, Caddyshack, Back to School, Animal House, Step Brothers, Anchorman 2, actually pretty much anything with Will Ferrell, Super Troopers. It could go on and on. I like comedies, so I mean, in this realm, Porky's, Superbad, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I mean, I could waste all the memory you got in there, but I'm drawn to comedies.
And you're a film fan. It shows. I'm adding Will Ferrell to my list of films I want you in. that would make a good headline. Well, that was my next question. Dramas are a different. Comedies are not easier than dramas. They're just a completely different genre. This is a lead role for you. Would you consider a lead role in a drama, and how would you like that to go?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I've been lucky enough to be surrounded by some unbelievably funny people again and again. So. I've just been drawn to these stories that happen to be comedies. I would love to do drama. I would love to do action. It's just I haven't read anything that grips me, and the stars haven't aligned to be like, yeah, we want the kid in the picture. So if that happens, I don't see it's beyond my reach to be dramatic. I mean, we all have emotion in life. I'm not a robot that just waltzes through life with no up or down. We all live that roller coaster, and it's just a matter of capturing those feelings and putting them into a character and putting it on screen. I'd love to be able to try that.